Hi guys, so this week we're working on sunflowers inspired by Vincent van Gogh, and hopefully you took a look at the slides and saw Van Gogh's painting of the sunflowers. It's one of his most famous works and we love how bright and colorful it is. So you've got a lot of options about how to draw your sunflowers. First of all, you've got unlimited choices about the materials that you want to use. So on mine, I did kind of a mix of marker and colored pencil. You could also use crayon, paint, whatever you have around. The goal for this, I really want you guys to focus on, is trying to make your sunflowers look unique in some way. So sunflowers are kind of standard, but how are you going to draw those sunflowers? And then what kind of container are you going to put them in? So it doesn't have to be a cylinder like I did. I drew just a simple cylinder and then I gave mine sort of a fun design on it. You could do that if you wanted to do kind of a plain cylinder. You could give it some fancy design on the pot, or you could put it in sort of like a curvy shaped vase of some sort. So be creative with how you draw your sunflowers and what kind of vessel you put them in. Once you are totally done drawing and coloring in your sunflowers in your vase, you're going to just take some scissors and cut around it. You'll notice that I didn't take the time to go in and cut around every single little leaf and petal. That would take forever. I just kind of gave it a little bit of a border so it looks three-dimensional. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to make the pop-up background that goes behind our sunflowers so that when you open it like a card, the sunflowers are going to pop out. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken a piece of white paper that's the length of our normal paper, so it's 12 inches long, but I've trimmed it down to the size that I want to support my sunflower, and that can be kind of up to you, but I would make this a little bit thinner than our actual background for our card. So I've got two pieces of paper. I've got a white one that I've trimmed so that it's a little bit more narrow. And then I've got just a full sheet of 8x10 or 8x12 black paper. If you do not have black paper, that's all right. You can use white for this as well, or really any color that you have lying around, but we want two pieces of paper, okay? So on my skinny one, I folded it in half. And then on the top half of this, I drew a pattern of some sort. So you can do a pattern on top and a pattern on bottom. This is going to be like the wall of our sunflowers, and this is going to be the floor. So if you want to do a pattern on each of those, that would look really cool. If you just want to do a pattern on the top and leave the floor of your scene kind of blank, that's okay too. Our example had a check pattern that kind of matched my nails actually, that looked really great in back of the sunflowers. But again, we want to be sort of creative with this project and make it our own. So try to come up with a pattern that is unique to you. I did a bunch of little smiley face suns on mine because I thought that was kind of fun. So either you have patterns on just the top or on the whole thing, but you're going to go ahead and fold your paper again with the patterns facing outwards. So I'm folding it like this. It's completely folded just once in half, okay? The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut two slits up the middle on the folded side. So be sure you know which side is your folded edge and which side is your open edge. Don't be cutting along your open edge, okay? And this can be as wide as it needs to be to support your vase. So you might put down your sunflowers and see how wide is my vase, because you don't want a strip that's super tiny to support your big thick vase, okay? So mine's pretty thick. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit, and I'm going to make a snip here. And I'm going to make another snip right here, okay? Then I am going to come back and fold it in the other direction. And when you fold it in this direction back on itself, you'll notice that your little slits that you cut will form kind of this little tabletop right here that looks like that. So I'm going to fold that down. So once you fold it again for the third time, the back of your paper should look like this with a little notch cut out of it. And then when you open it up, it should pop up in a little tabletop, okay? The front piece is what we're gonna be gluing our vase to. So then I'm just gonna take a glue stick I'm going to put some glue on the bottom half of my vase, making sure I have enough glue on it to hold it in place because it's going to be upright. If you find that, say your sunflowers are really tall, I feel like this is going to happen to me when I glue it, and your vase is starting to flop over like this, that just means that your support needs to be a little bit taller. So if you need your support a little bit taller, you can just go in and cut your slits even further up in your background, and that will support your tall vase better. And then we're just going to do the same thing where we fold it in on itself, but now my support has gotten a little bit longer. So like that, yeah. And it's okay if this sticks out at the end because we're going to be gluing this whole background onto our second piece of paper, so this little tab will be hidden. But again, you do want it tall enough to support your vase. So now I'm just going to, I need a little bit more glue. And then I'm just going to glue my vase onto this front part of this support. So just like that. And then when it dries, of course it will close up and there's your vase of flowers. And then when you open it up, it's like a pop-up card. And it kind of stands out against the background a little bit, which gives it some depth and makes it look really real. So that's awesome. My very last step would be to get a larger piece of paper and then glue down my background up here so that everything is nice and hidden. And then you can open up the whole card all at once. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun making your pop-up sunflowers this week. We can't wait to see how you make your sunflowers unique to you and then what you choose as a pattern for your background. We hope you have so much fun. Don't forget to share with us. Bye.